What is going on, guys? James Merlaut here, back again with yet another video, and I am sorry about the lack of uploads. Yeah, just a lot of stuff is happening. I'll try and upload whenever I can, but in today's video I decided to try and do something a little bit different, and basically what I'm going to do is I am going to purposefully hit the daily sale limit. Now, I have not sold a single one of my duplications for about 3 or 4 weeks now. And right now, I'm just thinking, how many duplications would I have to sell in order to actually hit the daily sale limit? So if you guys are not familiar with it, basically when you guys create dupes, you guys are able to sell dupes at any speed you guys want. You guys can sell them one after the other. But if you guys sell too many too quickly, you will hit something called the daily sell limit. And basically what that is, it basically prohibits you from selling any more vehicles for a period of time. So after about 24 hours, you'll be able to sell another vehicle, but likely as not, you'll hit the daily sell limit again after selling that one vehicle. And when you hit the daily sell limit, we usually recommend that you wait at least 2 weeks before you begin selling again. And we would say preferably to wait about a month just to be safe. So in this video, what I will be doing is I will be purposefully making myself hit the daily sell limit. So I am essentially just going to keep on selling duplications until I have hit the daily sell limit, just to see how many duplications it takes to actually hit this daily sell limit. So as you guys can see, I've already just sold one, and I'm already on my second one right now. And basically we're just going to go ahead and see, is it worth it to just go ahead and sell all your ISIs or your duplications all at once, or is it better to go by the usual rule? Now the usual rule is, for me, it's 8 duplications per day, 1 per hour. So there has to be at least 1 hour difference between selling 2 duplications, and you're only allowed to sell 8 per day, so 8 per 24 hours. That's my usual rule. There's a lot of different other usual rules depending on the YouTuber you guys speak to. For example, I believe Brune Tango's rule was 1 every hour and a half and only sell 7 or 8 every 30 hours. I believe that's what his rule was. But I never actually ended up hitting the daily sell limit by following my own rule, which was selling 8 per day, 1 per hour. But of course, the exception is going to be today, because I've never actually hit the daily sell limit before. So I'm decided to make this video because I was genuinely curious as to how many I would need to sell before I actually hit the daily sell limit. And like I said before, I haven't actually sold any of these for about 3 or 4 weeks or so. So I should be pretty much straight in terms of in terms of how many I am allowed to sell at the moment. So at the moment I have sold, I believe this is the 4th one. So we're now currently on 4 Future Shock ISIs. I'm sorry if the video does become a bit, quiet, because I run out of things to talk about. But yeah, hopefully you guys can go ahead and forgive me. So right now we're on our 5th one right now. So if I were to give you guys a prediction as to how many I think I will be able to sell before I hit the daily sell limit, I would say it's about 20, but I'm going to try and go ahead and go for a more specific number. So let's go with, I don't know, 17, okay? Let's go with 17. So let's see if I can sell 17 Future Shock ISIs before I actually hit the daily sell limit. So right now I am on my 6th Future Shock ISI, and if we looked back on the start of the video, I believe I had $6.3 million in my pocket, and right now I have 15.2. So yep, okay, so far we're doing good. We have been able to sell 6 Future Shock ISIs without having hit the daily sell limit. Now, the reason why Rockstar implemented the daily sell limit is because it was a way for them to try and actually counter those who are making money from glitches and whatnot by duplicating their vehicles. And so because they couldn't find a surefire way of stopping people from selling their duplicated vehicles or stopping people from being able to even sell their duplicated vehicles, they decided to implement the daily sell limit. Now, of course, it has always been that you guys could never sell as many vehicles as you want. Typically, you are only allowed to sell a vehicle once every 48 minutes, but because they're duplications for some reason, I think it's because they're duplications, it could be just because of the way the Arena Workshop works, but for some reason you are allowed to continuously sell these. So if you were to grab random street vehicles, you could only sell those, what is it, one every 48 minutes, which is one in-game day. So right now we are on 8 Future Shock Issies, I believe. So I will, of course, go back through the video just to make sure that my count is accurate. But we are now on our 9th Future Shock Issy, and we still haven't hit the daily sale limit. So far so good, actually. So we've sold 9 without hitting the daily sale limit. Now, what else is there to talk about, really? So basically, Rockstar implemented this because they wanted to stop people from making so much damn money from selling duplications, because I seem to recall back in the day, we used to be able to sell these like nobody's business. We were making hundreds of millions of dollars a day easy, so yeah, Rockstar pretty much did a little bit of a patch regarding that. Ooh, okay. So the number was actually a lot less than I thought it would be. Okay, that's actually quite odd. Huh, I haven't actually sold any for about 3 or 4 weeks, so maybe it's because I used to be a hardcore seller beforehand, and like, you know, maybe it's like written on the history or something, but I've already hit the daily sell limit. So as you guys can see, when I try to sell it, it gives me a notification at the bottom there saying you have reached the daily sale limit. You have reached the daily limit for selling vehicles, okay? So I have actually reached the daily limit for selling vehicles on this account, and that will actually go across both characters. So if you guys have 2 characters where you guys do duplications, you guys will still not be able to sell more vehicles if you guys switch over to the second character, because the daily limit also applies to that character. I think it's because both characters have the same linked bank account. So basically, at the start of this, I had, basically, how much is that? $75 million in total, right? So now I have, it should be $90.8 million. So that's actually quite good. I made $15 million like nobody's business, okay? $15 million. However, I can already say with guarantee that it is far better to actually follow the rules in terms of selling vehicles, okay? So even if it's because I am a previous seller of duplications or whatnot, it is actually still better for you guys to follow the rules, because even if you guys could sell 20 before hitting the daily sell limit, when you guys think about it, you guys have to wait at least 2 weeks. And if you guys follow my rule, basically that means that you guys would be able to sell, how many is that? 80, you guys would be able to sell 112 vehicles, I believe the number is correct. Wait, let me confirm that. 8 per day. If there's 10 days, that's 80. Yeah, 112. So you guys would be able to sell 112 duplications in 2 weeks. And instead of selling, say, if you guys are a new glitcher, you guys would only be able to sell at most, I reckon, probably 20 before hitting the daily sell limit. So I was only able to hit 9 or 10. I can't remember which one it is. You guys will know which one. I was talking and whatnot, so I was distracted. But I think that, honestly, if you're a new glitcher, you guys should be able to probably end up selling more than that. But basically, if you guys do hit the daily sell limit, it would be better to just wait it out, you know, just wait 2 weeks to a month before beginning to sell again. And do try to follow the rule of 8 per day, 1 per hour. So sell 1, wait an hour, sell a second, wait an hour, sell a third, wait an hour, and so on and so forth. And only sell 8 per day. And if you guys do that, you guys will be able to sell 112 of these every 2 weeks, rather than just at most 20. So the only reason I would see for you guys to actually do this is if you guys are about to go on like a holiday or something and you guys don't expect to be back for a couple weeks, then right before you guys can leave, you guys can quickly hop onto GTA Online and go ahead and sell a bunch of these. That way it doesn't feel like wasted time in terms of clearing out the garages that you guys have filled up with your duplications. But yeah, there isn't really much else I can say except let's actually do a quick curiosity factor though. Okay, so this will be the last thing I will show on here. Basically, I just want to see something. So, over my career, I have earned a overall income on this account of $1.3 billion. That's my total career income. Okay. However, how much of that was made through selling cars? Spent on earned from selling vehicles. Okay, it is the what is that? The fifth one from the bottom, and I have made $1.1 billion. So I have only made $160 million on this account. Legitimately, I haven't actually earned any more than that. I've made 140 million from selling vehicles. So that means because my overall income is 1.3 billion, that means I've only made $168 million legitimately on this account. That's just a nice little quick fact for me to put in. Anyway, I do apologize again for the lack of uploads and whatnot. I will try to upload whenever I can. And if you guys found this video, mildly interesting or whatever, please drop a like, leave a comment, whatever. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and ring that notification bell for more videos in the future. This has been James Merlaut, signing off. Auf Wiedersehen.